Hi everyone, it's Trace Face, and I'm back today with another long form video for all of you. And I just I have to share something with all of you guys that happened uh, to me today, and it has to do with what I want to talk to all of you about today. And I saw my holistic doctor today, and I haven't seen him in a year and a half. And he just lifted my spirits. I cannot tell you guys in a way I didn't know I needed or that I didn't know was coming. Um, one of the things that goes on for people that have experienced narcissistic abuse, and one of the things I've really been picking up on that I do, and I do it very often, is I am still extremely hard on myself, to the point where it's probably not good, right? And so this is something the more I've thought about it, I feel it's been going on since I was a child. And so today I want to speak directly to the person that's feeling like giving up right now. I want to speak to the one who's tired of being told you're fine when you know you're not. I want to talk to the person who's tried everything and still feels like something is wrong with them, and it could be mind, body, spirit, or soul. They feel like things just aren't right, and they're always trying to like look at them. They're always next to themselves, watching themselves. This video today is for you because I have been there, to the point that when my holistic doctor looked at me today and said what he said, I didn't know how to handle it. I am not used to encouragement. I mean, I am not used to positivity, encouragement. Um, other than like the people that I have now close to me in my life. But you know what I'm saying? For years, this has been an uphill battle, and I know for many of you out there, it is too, with family and friends, and weeding through people in the workplace and this and that, and when we were involved directly with the negative entities that narcissistic people are, it's really difficult in these times uh, to view things in the way we should be viewing things, right? So we do need people in our corner. We need to find our tribe. And as I get into this video today, I just want you guys to know that, do not stop until you find your people. Don't stop. Don't believe that you're never going to find them. They're never there. I cannot tell you, you guys, for years, 4 years, I've been carrying around pain and symptoms that so many doctors did not take seriously. And I've been dealing with real symptoms, and I have kept most of it to myself because I don't want to be a burden on anyone. And I just innately knew, like, I'm either going to overcome these things or I'm not. Okay. But a lot of this, I do believe, was tied to, it's all connected. The mind and body is definitely connected. Um, but those of you that know my story, you know what happened 4 years ago. It's a very long story, and I never, continued to get into what I've been battling in the last 4 years. And let's be real for a minute. You can talk about these things, and sometimes people pretend that they are for you. People pretend that they care. Um, people think sometimes that, they have the answers. Like I hadn't studied, you guys know my personality. If there's something going on, I'm going to research it to death to find everything I can possibly find about it. I have had to decide for myself on many occasions in the last 4 years, am I going to listen to these doctors around here, or am I going to go with a holistic approach and find a holistic doctor? And this holistic doctor I found out of Middletown, Connecticut. Um, Anybody that lives in Connecticut watching this, you can email me and I'll give you all of his information. I don't know that he wants to get bombarded if I don't know what his client list is, and I don't know if he wants me to be talking about him on the internet, but he is an angel in my life. He's an angel. The words he speaks on me are words that I needed through this entire process. And I just needed encouragement and I needed to feel uh, heard and seen. And he does all that and then some. And he grounds me in ways I need. Like, you know, and so I learned that there's a huge difference between doctors like him and doctors that treat you like you are a number and they really don't care and you can really feel that. Um, there are people that are just not for you. They're not for your healing. Um, there are some people that will be in your life and they're there for you in comfort while you're sick and while you're stuck because it makes them feel better about where they're at. I mean, this is the world we live in. This is how people are. So I've had to be very guarded about who to trust during this time. I didn't want to be bombarded with crap tons of people telling me what they think and this and that. And I know people right now that I need to get on the phone with and catch up with that. I've done other measures to try and get help for things going on with them. So it's very difficult because there will be times I believe in everybody's life where you have to make a decision. Am I listening to this doctor or that doctor? Okay. But if there's something that I have learned in all of this, it's that your body does not lie. When you are going through pains, it's connected to something. Okay. And there's usually obviously pain means there's a problem, and so when you're feeling that feeling that, okay, I know my own body and something is off here, okay, you're going to get that feeling that continues, like when you sit down with a practitioner or a therapist or a psychologist, and you're going to have the same kind of nudge that something's off here. And you have to follow that. And you have to trust yourself and learn how to trust yourself again. And I think that was the biggest thing I've had to overcome in these years is like I can't rely on getting everybody's opinion on what I should do here. This is the time now. I gotta rely on myself and I have to rely on my own education on this because I'm gonna tell you something else. I have gone in and educated doctors, okay, that need to be doing the same thing. Now, I'm sure it's very difficult for doctors to keep up on everything that's going on around. There's so much to health, and there's so many different departments, and some doctors are good at some things and not others. Okay, but there'll be a voice inside of you that is definitely saying to you, "This isn't safe." They're smiling at me, but I'm not being seen right now. I'm not even being heard. They're not even listening to me. And you need to trust that. I can't tell you how many doctors I've gone through since, oh God, when my insurance switched back in 2011. I had gone through a few when I was living in Rhode Island, and when I came back here, oh my, it's been something. But today, I want to share with all of you that I had a meeting with my holistic doctor, And for the first time in so long, I just, and this is what he did with me for the, 2 years ago. Um, and, 6 months after that, when I saw him, I felt seen. I felt heard. And he told me that I should be so proud. He said the changes that I've made are amazing. And he looked at me and told me something I just did not know I needed to hear. He goes, "You are doing so good." was like, I was like, I am, you know, that one sentence undid all this doubt, that I've been carrying. And what it did was it reminded me why we have to keep going, not just physically, spiritually, emotionally. We have to keep going. God's going to place the right people into your life, but you have to keep showing up for yourself in order to make the way to meet them. I did not listen to this nitwit. They finally got rid of this doctor around here that put me through living hell. I mean, like I said, guys, if I was to tell you the whole entire story of what has gone on, you wouldn't even believe it. Just like I was talking about with this credit card company that, that I've been fighting. This, these doctors around here, uh, and they got rid of her, and I looked her up, and I don't even know where the heck she's working now. Um, and I had heard her in the other room threat, you can hear them talking in between the walls. I could hear her complaining about someone else and sitting there going, "I'll sue her. I'm going to sue her." So that's the kind of narcissist we're talking about with her. And before her, I had a narcissist doctor, like absolutely evil, evil, the things that came out of their mouth and how they treated me. All right. So if I had given up after going through these experiences, and believe me, I thought about it, I wouldn't have had this moment today. I would not have been able to have a moment that I don't know that my doctor didn't even know how much what he said to me is exactly what I needed to hear. I was really scared. This entire experience that I've gone through in 4 years has made me completely afraid of our healthcare system. And but who never allowed me to let the fear overcome and run my life was God, and He was guiding me all along, you know. So let this be your reminder today. Keep going. Keep trying the next doctor when you're feeling, nope, I don't like you. Listen to yourself and keep trying. If you're seeing a coach and you're like, no, I'm not feeling it, go and find the one that you feel is the one. You're gonna know it's like an instinctual thing that happens when you start talking to a coach or a therapist. Your next support group. If you're not feeling it, don't keep going. Your next prayer group, your next church. If you're feeling like these aren't my folks, keep on going. Keep it moving till you find them. And don't stop. Don't stop. Don't let the frustration of I don't know about these people. You just keep going. You know what is best for you over everyone. And you are going to be your own advocate for every avenue in your life. You know, I just called an electrician and I don't like he sounded very nice, and he's like, well, Give me your information. If you don't hear from me in 2 days, call back again. No, this is not how this works. This is not how this works. If you really want to do the project, I gave you my information. It's your turn to call me back. I don't chase people for business, sir. Like, no, I'm not going to call you again. I just called you and told you I had got a problem down here in the house. I need someone to look at. Okay? And I'm not going to stop till I find the right one. The one that doesn't talk like that. Call me back in a few days. I'll let you know what's going on if you don't hear from me. No, I don't play those kind of games, sir. You either want to come do the work or you don't. It's that simple. I don't chase people, okay? But in this day and age, you got to fight for what is right. That's the world we're living in right now. You got to advocate, you got to show up for yourself, and you got to be relentless about finding your peace. That's just it. You got to just be relentless about finding peace in your life. No more chaos, no more, chasing people around, telling people to please listen to you, repeating yourself 3, 4 times. None of that. All right. So I want all of you to know today, if you've been feeling alone in your health, in your pain, in your recovery, in your healing from narcissistic abuse, this is your confirmation today that you are not alone here. There are people out there who are going to help rise you up again. That's what you're going to find. Please listen to me. They are out there. The world is not just full of narcissists, although we've got a bigger problem than we've ever had. There's still very awesome people out there, and you don't give up until you find them. Okay? So if you need someone right now in your corner, you need to reach out to me at tracefaceit@gmail.com. Uh, I also wanted to share with you guys, you know, a lot of you don't know either. I was telling a client this week, she had no idea that I have helped people start their own business too. So if that's something you're interested in doing, I know how to do it, and I would be happy to help you guys go from A to Z in starting a business. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and there's a lot for me to share with folks, and I love doing it. I've helped people launch their own LLCs in the years, and I love doing it. So that's just another thing I want to throw out there that I could help you with. Um, I don't have all the answers, but I definitely have good ones. I have good answers, and I have walked the road. I've walked the road to get here, and I would like to walk it through with you. And I do something I still think about all the time is possibly going into horticulturing, and I am getting really good at learning about plants and herbs and healing the body and what the body needs. If you guys saw the list of things I have been able to overcome in the last 4 years, you wouldn't believe it. It's pretty awesome. And God has created the herbs for us. They're out there in the world to heal our bodies, and just there's so many herbs that, like, you think that you learn about things, and there's so many more to learn about, and I don't believe anybody in their entire lifetime can learn about all the herbs that are out there, because there's so many plants, and it's amazing. And so I love to teach people about that, and I'm still learning all the time. I love to research health, and um, now my next big journey is to really bring back the fitness in my life that I used to love to do, but I had a lot of other stuff first in the way, um, that I had to focus on, and I miss what used to be able to do in the gym. I was athletic my whole life, but I'm excited. to get back to it, and I'm excited to bring that back in my life again because, yeah, could I have been doing it all along? It's very hard when you're battling things nobody knows about, and you're scared and you don't know what you should or shouldn't be doing, and you're just trying to do what you know and not rattle your body in ways you don't need to be doing. And I still have my things I need to work on in terms of, um, being more strict with myself now, and even more so. And I mean, but the fact that I have overcome alcohol as a a form of self-medicating, the fact that I have overcome that, and I'm coming up on a year in just a few months. I never thought that I'd overcome that. And my doctor is right today. Like, um, that is something that I am so proud of myself. Even though in the last few years I really didn't drink much, there was always that possibility that when I did, things would be out of control, and I wouldn't know how to stop. And that was always my problem, especially if things were bothering me. So the fact that I have been able to delete that relationship from my life has been short of amazing and miraculous, because that addiction runs so deep in my family. So yes, I'm going to be talking more about it, in terms of, I do have a whole folder um, on my site of alcohol, in regards to alcohol, and I do need to make more videos about that because I know so many people in the narcissistic abuse community struggle with alcohol addiction and other addictions. um, and I know a lot about it now, just even being able to stay away from it this last year, what that took, and so much to share with you about that. So please subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We're building something here in this community, uh, and it's so it's so awesome. This community here is a very safe community. This is a restoring community. This is a kingdom work community. And those of you that have listened to some of my videos and were like, wow, I've never heard anyone describe the spirit world of what I'm dealing with, and the fact that this is spiritual that's happening here with these narcissists and what they do to other people. And you're absolutely right. And you are certainly uh, a part of this community and spreading this message. Anytime you guys like a video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, leave a comment, you are helping grow this channel. And so it's very important. Your job here is very important. Being able to talk to one another in the comments, share stories, build each other up. I see your comments. I do try to read them as much as I possibly can. And you guys are just so awesome and encouraging and helpful to others who need to hear other people's perspectives. So I thank you so much for being here and supporting this channel and the work we're all doing here. Okay. So my message to all of you today is you are healing. I don't care where you're at in your process. You start telling yourself that every day, and you start praying to God to heal, and you tell yourself, I am healing. And you will, guys. Okay. I've got a prayer and fast group coming up for those of you that may need this and are really looking for deliverance and healing. Get at me at tracefaceit@gmail.com. I have the Reclaim group coming up in a few weeks. I have some spots left. I need to hear from you if you want to be a part of a 12-week transformation where you're going to be looking at yourself of a before and after. We're working on everything you can imagine, mind, body, spirit, soul, so that you can see that you are making major changes and progress in 3 months' time. It's pretty amazing what's been happening to the people in these groups. I designed this summer. It's going to be something I continue doing throughout these years because it's working. So, yeah, just remember, guys, the right people are going to see you. Well, I'm Trace Face, and it's always time that we face the truth together.